Welcome to Switzerland, where you work in the morning and hike in the afternoon to incredible scenes like this. You see, my entire goal when I started was to be here. This was my freedom. I wrote a note to my now fiance that said, from the mountains of Switzerland to the beaches of Italy. And 2 years later, from 2023 on June 6th, I'm now in the mountains of Switzerland. And with that being said, I can't sit here and say to myself that I never pictured this or could have dreamed about this, because I could have. And the most powerful part of it all is I'm just a 25-year-old who had the will to make it work and was just so driven and destined to know that regardless of what happens, like, this is going to happen and this is going to be the freedom. And when I first started, I had no experience, no knowledge, and virtually no money. But the bigger picture is to see how fast things could change, because that was only 3 years ago. And it was 2 years ago from the day I left to travel the world and started traveling in Europe, around Asia, around Africa, and now Switzerland, right? And this will never get old to me. And the important thing, though, is that in April or May of 2022, before I started, this was a Hail Mary. Yeah, it was still possible, and I believed in it more than anyone could ever believe in it at that time, with having virtually nothing. But it was a Hail Mary. It was a long shot to actually get here. The entire purpose of this video was more of this to inspire, to show people that people who travel the world, or people who you see online who have a lot of fancy stuff, luxury stuff, a lot of those people are unreachable. Where you think to yourself, it's going to take so much work, so much time, so much money on actually getting to that point. But I don't think that's the truth. And that was more of the point with starting the channel. Outside of educating people on how to start the business or an e-commerce business, it was a lot of to inspire, to show people that any person who can be considered normal, which is what I consider myself, regardless of the success financially or now geographically with traveling, is that you don't have to be some special person or human to get to this point. It's not out of reach. I've said it a number of times now, like this, where I was at in 2022 of April or May, I didn't even know Amazon FBA or e-commerce existed, right? I had a dream and a goal to one day create some type of remote income or online income to be able to do this. And it all happened so quickly. Now, I'm also not here to say that Amazon FBA or e-commerce is the perfect business and that it's the only way to be able to travel the world and free up your time. But obviously, I'm going to be a big believer of it, because it took me to Switzerland. It took me to Europe, to Asia, to Africa. It took me around the world, right? To live every single dream that I could have imagined. Amazon FBA was that driving vehicle that I always looked for and that I always wanted in life, to eventually be able to do something like this and, be on the mountainside of Switzerland, be just in nature and the hills and hiking and so on. Now, the stronger part, I would say, of the entire inspiration is that online income and an online business should always be the goal, because that's what forever freedom is. And of course, like I said, there's many different ways to do that. And maybe you think that you see everything online and one thing's better than the other, but just starting is the goal. And in the early days, just scrape, scratch, claw, do everything in your power to know what's on the outside and what's coming, right? Because this is what matters. And having this freedom where it could be a Monday in some random day in September at 12 o'clock, you're on a hike because you got your work done for the day. You're being creative, you're imagining what to do next with the business and what to do in your personal life. And you have that power and that freedom. And just that's the focus every day. Now, with that said, I just want to keep inspiring you guys and motivating you every single day to create that turning income, side income, whatever it may be, but make it online and make it allow you to travel the world and do everything in your power. And obviously, I'm a big believer in Amazon FBA And that's why I recommend it very much so. But it's a life-changing thing to create an online income. So yeah, as you guys know by now, I'm in Switzerland. Many more videos will be coming out like this. So please subscribe, like, and comment the video. And I want to continue to educate and inspire. That's the goal of the channel. And if you're interested in that, please subscribe and stick around because I'll be here for a while. So see you guys.